So let's go back to our hot topics. 212-757-1393. I know y'all out there, but hey, we're going to keep talking, okay, until you all call in. You know, dear Cuomo, New York State came out with a report saying that medical marijuana was good, but maybe recreational marijuana may be good also. And they're thinking about legalizing it. What do you all think about that? Should marijuana be legalized?
Oh, I think it should.
Really?
I know it's surprising, but this is the reason why. The black community has been unfairly and unbalanced, in an unbalanced way, received sentences for marijuana usage unlike any other group.
Right.
If it becomes a legal substance, then there will be less incarceration, I believe.
But what about those people that have been incarcerated? If it becomes legal, do they still stay in jail? I mean, I guess I'm asking you. I'm just, what if it does become legalized? I mean, what if, it does become legalized? What happens to the people that are in jail? I mean, can we speculate about that? What would happen to them? Will they stay?
It would be up to the judges to look at their sentences in light of a new law. But I would think that there might be some legal ramifications for such a law being passed. I'm not positive.
I don't know. I'm a little leaning more conservatively on this topic because I think about my daughters. I do not want them smoking weed. I've seen my friends growing up in high school and so forth. They were all doing it, and it was like, what's wrong with you in college? Why aren't you? I don't think, but on the other side of that, I don't think that anyone should have to be criminalized for, and people are getting ridiculous sentences, 15, 20 years for being caught with, a gram. And it's like, really? Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, and I know I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying.
No, I don't think you are. I think that's going to be a heavy decision to make if it does become legalized. And it may not become legalized because of the people that are in prison. I think a lot of lawsuits are going to come out. So to avoid all that, I think that they're going to just wear it out for a little while.
I mean, other states are doing it.
Oh,
other
they
states
are?
have done it.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I have two that I really don't want to ever use marijuana.
Not even drink, right?
I don't mind if they drink
right?
once it's legal.
Yeah.
Because I'm a word reader.
Okay.
The word of God, that is, it does not prohibit us from drinking. Anything can be overdone. My father was an alcoholic, so obviously he overdid it. But so to drink too much is when you get into trouble. To use marijuana will lead to other things. I have not done the research, but I do believe that the marijuana young blacks and Latinos use is not the same that whites use. Why? Because of the functionality or the lack of functionality between the groups. White people typically can be quite functional, go and be successful, but blacks and Latinos, they seem to stay in their clusters, in their communities. I believe it's laced with something. Having never used it,
you may be right.
I don't know for certain. But there's something about the inability of a lot of blacks to progress in their lives while whites can. And I've spoken to psychologists and therapists about it. They see it all the time. There's something to it. I believe it's laced, and I don't think it's the same.
212-757-1393. Do you think marijuana should be legalized? I'm talking about recreational marijuana. Speaking of illegal substances, I looked at your all's Facebook page sometimes, and I love what you call the Bible verses and all that. But you had something on your Facebook page about the methadone clinic in Harlem.
Yeah, that's a big debate in
So
Harlem.
tell our viewers about that.
Well, there's a lot. If you go to the east side, like around Lexington and 125th Street, you'll see that there's a lot of people that have, you know, been involved in heavy drugs. And, you know, I mean, I've seen people shooting up in broad daylight right on the sidewalk.
Yes.
And it's like, you know, it's hard to, I mean, we have a lot of people who self-medicate, you know, and are trying to get out of their despair or escape whatever their life issues are by, you know, doing those things. So I think that it's a needed thing, and it is coming. There's a clinic that will be coming to Harlem.
You know what's interesting about that building? It was $4.5 million, and somebody purchased it anonymously, you know. But what's a building in Harlem worth $4.5 million? Is that the going rate?
Let's just say that property in Harlem is going up exponentially. There was a time when you could have gotten a brownstone for $1. You know, at that time, I joke with friends of mine.
Even red line
we were in college. Yeah, we were in college when we should have been buying brownstones. But you know, we needed a crusade to come and let us know that, hey, kids, when you get out of college.
Story.
But yeah, that's another story for another day.
I would like to elaborate with that. I think I know why, but go ahead.
But property is definitely going up, and it's going up quickly. And so, I mean, with all of the new developments coming in, different businesses that come in, it raises the property values, which is great if you're a landlord. But when you're renting, and that's the whole point of gentrification, when you're renting and you need, you know, you want to stay in your community, you either have to, you know, rise up to, you know, be able to afford the community that you're in, or you have to, or you will be displaced, and that's just really what it comes down to.
Well, the methadone clinic, well, other studies, and they have it in other states, that the people, they get their substance and they go to work. And they're saying that, that's what they're saying, that they're not hanging around the clinic or like drug addicts or what have you. They're getting their stuff and they just go about their business. But you're saying you don't believe that?
No, there's so much, there's a lot going on throughout the community of Harlem, especially when you're on drugs. You're not even in your right frame of, you're not focused on what's going on around you. You're just in your mind, and you're, you know, and so forth. And so there's a lot of things that happen, crime, you know, there's a lot of, you know, people harming themselves and harming others, because they're just not completely there. So you need the methadone clinics to kind of help people, you know, to transition back into, you know, living, and help them kind of focus on getting their lives back together, getting back on their feet. And that's kind of key.
What do you think about it?
I mean, I was a caseworker many, many, many years ago in a very similar setting to what you were just talking about. I've been there, 125th and Lex, and just wrap around 125th, 126th.
Right.
It's sad to me. However, when I worked in the Bronx as a caseworker, there was a methadone clinic. Those clients they wanted to be off of heroin, so it's a process, right?
Yeah.
It's a process. So they are going to have to convince people to desire methadone, that they might be weaned
Oh, really?
off. Sure. I mean,
So
because
it's
like
not
she's
like-
saying, they are shooting up on the street, they're exchanging their drugs on the street. There's a cultural shift that has to take place with the addict.
It's possible that if I had $4.5 million, I could go into a neighborhood and buy it and nobody knows who I am. I mean, that's what, who is this person or this group who did this?
They have to be billionaires, first of all. They're not millionaires. I mean, they're obviously billionaires, or a group of billionaires who are possibly trying to, you know, do something which they think is positive in the community. Look, the East Harlem area is so bad, they call it East Macedonia. So, I mean, like, there has to be some kind of solution that's happening. I think that it's a blessing that this is happening, actually, because there's something that has to be done about it. It's not normal to just walk by people shooting up in the middle of the street.
And smoking crack while you're getting off of work. Carly watches Sister Talk TV show. Is this Gail?
Hello. How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How you doing? What's your question and what do you have to say?
I'm very well. Well, it was a comment. You'd asked people to comment about the issue of marijuana. And while I think that we may have personal issues about whether we use marijuana or whether we drink, those are personal. But what we need to be more concerned about are the impact of these laws, yes, on our black community. One of the things we need to know is that ain't safe have accepted recreational use of pot, including Washington, D.C., and 9 states, going to your question about the retroactive application of the laws, 9 states have laws that clear or modify the record of a person who's been convicted of marijuana possession. And I think that that's important to know. California is leading the way on that. A lot of work is being done in Oakland as well, a large Black community as well, to make sure that Blacks we are not disproportionately affected by these rules. It's all about the money.
Yeah.
And the problem with marijuana is that we can grow it in our coffee pots on our balcony.
Right.
And when people cannot get that money from you, they don't want you to have it on your own. So we need to be very thoughtful about why they're the issues. The medical studies look at use of marijuana as compared to use of alcohol.
Okay.
Alcohol makes it worse for you in terms of liver and everything else. I think we need to look holistically, as your speaker said. I think we need to look at all of these issues holistically and see how they adverse.
Gail, can I ask you a question? Are you for it, though? Are you for legalization of marijuana?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And it worries me, too, that Black people are not getting in on the business. It's a business.
You know what?
People are making money.
And you're in the business. Are you the? Oh,
No. I'm
Okay.
a civil rights lawyer, but I'm not in that business.
Oh, we would like for.
But I think that
I'd like to have you on the
we need to know
show.
that it's a big business. People are making a lot of money.
You have any questions for
Thank
me?
you. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Gail. Leave your information. Look us up on Facebook. I would love for you to come on the show.